Have you ever felt anxious over your finances? Maybe you know someone who might struggle. What can it lead to and how do we cope with it? Let's dive into this topic in today's episode. Disclaimer: this episode will mention topics such as mental health, illness, suicide ideation, miscarriage, and people struggling. Nothing graphic, but if you know this triggers you, please take this into consideration before proceeding. There are many layers on what wealth and poverty means. It can differ for different people. There is a connection between financial situation and our mental health. Financial struggles can really put us off balance and lose the ability to know what to do to get us out of the negative spiral. There are tools and ways to receive and give help to others. This is to help leverage the available support from communities, local, regional, and national wide health programs, such as welfare benefits or other type of help depending on your specific situation. At Almer, we know that the welfare system put in place to support households many times fail due to the scope, limited resources, and the simple reason that they are run by people. To complement this, we can look to our surrounding people for support. Knowing how to support and when are key elements in succeeding in turning a situation around. Globally, approximately 700 million people live on less than $2.15, which is considered the extreme poverty line. COVID did, of course, nothing to make this better. Looking at higher poverty lines, such as $6.85, gives us an estimated nearly 47% of the global population. Different factors such as regional stability, national support for their citizens, community support, and individual factors can create compounding intersectional effects on a household's poverty status. Financial situation is a big contributor to mental health and can reduce or inflict stress, anxiety, mental health issues, improve or deteriorate physical well being, reduce or create access to mobility and travel services, give or take freedom of time and place, and so on. Poverty can be categorized in different areas. Together, they compound the total amount of poverty experienced. These categories can be understood as follow. Economic definition, measured by income levels by comparing a household's total income to the specific country threshold. Social definition, it is not only income that defines poverty, lack of access to essential services such as healthcare, education, and clean water. Relative poverty, if an individual's or family's income compared to the average income in their society or locally, they might be considered poor if it is significantly less. And absolute poverty, if an individual do not have enough resources to sustain a minimum standard of living, regardless of societal context. Let's go through some cases that show how these effects can look like in daily life. These examples are taken from Poverty Truth Network, based in the UK, and shows the problem with the double impact. One person had not more than £50 in the bank when he was sectioned due to depression. He was helped to find a cheap phone to access digital services, phone calls, and mails. They added important numbers in case of worsened mental health. They provided toothbrush and towel, addressed him to a food bank, slipped him some money for buying a beer. These small but impactful things set him up for a upward spiral. Another case, person with bipolar disorder, rapid cycling with no pattern in the bouts of depression. Interludes between the binary conditions vary widely, making him unable to work. Community psychiatric nurse missed to make a written statement on the condition. This led to loss of welfare payment. He went into depression, suicidal. He did not want to be a financial burden for his family. He could not pay his bills, dismissed by psychiatric nurse and went on a downward spiral. Another case of downward spiral into deep-end poverty after a mental health breakdown at work due to too much pressure, lost her job, little family support since childhood, anxiety and shame, common feelings, had two miscarriages, split with partner, had to leave the home with her son, and declared homeless. Welfare system is so complicated, she did not receive full benefits, housing benefit, tax credits, council tax, job seeker allowance, etc. She had no support and no clue how to file these. She got assigned a support and recovery worker from the local community mental health team. She also got referred to a welfare wealth as advisor. Got help with phone calls when she got too anxious, help with letters and to go through her bills, help with the benefit system. She managed to spiral up. Another case of misses from the welfare system, the care coordinator was sick for 7 months with no one to cover. This led to missed benefit reviews, leading to her being sectioned. Anxiety, depression, complex PTSD, and physical issues. Therapists deemed her condition to not be related right before her going to the review. Her mental health got so bad that she could not attend the meetings. Financially, she was so poor that she could not spare a penny for her daughter for school. She risked eviction and forced to go to food banks. Therapists said it is a choice to be miserable, so she disengaged. No one supported at the assessment meetings. She tried to end her life. Personal stories can help shed some light into how the different factors can help or prevent people from getting the help needed. These are labeled as upward or downward spirals that compound positive or negative effects and help us get up or spiral further down into despair. These stories help illustrate the importance of double impact. In this case, the situational context, such as mental health illness and its relationship with financial struggle. These examples do not fully develop the problem with financial struggle. More examples from different parts of the world will be included in this series to add perspective to the topic. So, what's Almer's perspective on this? Help with filing the forms necessary for being eligible for different welfare benefits, support through healthcare assessments, digitalization tools, important numbers, finding help organizations, local, regional, societal support, and welfare programs, and so on. Help with making calls, writing letters and mails, and search information. These things are so important in the aim to help or get help. If you know what you need, it is easier for your contact to understand how to help. Understanding the limitations on the systems put in place to help vulnerable citizens is crucial in guiding everyone involved in turning a downward spiral. Just as compounding effects stack when pulling us down, positive effects can pull us up together as a group effort. Anyone can play a vital part in turning it around, not only professionals. Isolation is our biggest enemy and one of the easiest things to do when struggling. Shame and anxiety lead to unnecessary delay of support measures being put into work. The longer it takes to reach for help, the deeper is the decline before you get the support, making it harder to pull yourself out of the dark pit. So, how does Almer's perspective fit to fight financial struggle? Use the Almer app or any other convenient way to list all the available support in your area. Do this by yourself or together with your contact. Use the journaling function to gather all the relevant information for your situation. This can be financial aid, such as unemployment benefits, disability payments, and pensions, support from banks and credit givers for finding solutions to lower interest or mortgage rates, healthcare services that might provide medical treatment regardless of financial situation, housing assistance such as subsidies or direct financial support, food assistance like food stamps or food banks, childcare and education programs to gain skills that will help you go forward. Agree to update your contact for each accomplished task when it is done, either in your Almer feed or in a private message. This helps create positive momentum, compounding many positive effects will start the ascending spiral. Divide the task to collect information between you two. Use your Almer journaling tabs to list your tasks. These research tasks might include education and skill development. Investing in education and acquiring new skills can open up better job opportunities. Many communities offer free or low cost training programs. Budgeting and financial planning. Creating a budget to track income and expenses can help manage money more effectively. Financial planning, resources, and tools can assist in setting and achieving financial goals. Accessing social services. Utilizing available social services such as food assistance, housing subsidies, healthcare can alleviate immediate financial pressures and free up resources for other needs. Employment opportunities. Seeking stable employment or additional part time work can increase income. Job search assistance programs and employment agencies can provide support in finding work. Community resources. Many communities have nonprofit organizations that offer financial counseling, job training, and other support services. Engaging with these resources can provide valuable assistance. Saving and investing. Even small amounts saved regularly can accumulate over time. Exploring safe investment options can also help grow financial resources. Networking. Building a network of supportive relationships can provide opportunities for job referrals, mentorship, and advice. Entrepreneurship. Starting a small business or side hustle can regenerate additional income. There are often grants and microloans available for small business ventures. Work together with your contacts to research all the available solutions to your specific situation. The important part is that you dedicate time and effort to this step. It is crucial that you find alternatives. Almer cannot replace mental health treatments, legal or financial advice, or direct to specific local and regional welfare systems relevant to each user. This due to nationwide differences in services available. We will continue to cover situations from different parts of the world in this series. Be quick to set up a support agreement with your contact, even before things get critical. If you manage to open up for a close person about your situation and your concerns, you give your contact the time to understand the context, and the problem solving can start immediately. Agree on being each other's support. Set up a structure on how to use the Almir app. Create a habit to check in with specific intervals. Update your feed with relevant information as FYI or for feedback. Being actively conscious about your situation, what risks you might face, their consequences, and knowing about your available resources put you one step ahead if things go south. Practice situational awareness in your life and your specific situation at least once a week. Try to make space for this and, if possible, make it a habit. So, in conclusion, be mindful of your situation. Don't suppress it, even if some aspects are hard to face. Try to be proactive even if hopelessness is sucking the energy out of you. Reach out for help as soon as you can. Start problem solving and creating headroom or breathing room for you to take the next step. Compound the small wins you have. Get positive momentum going. Use the Almer tool and structure to get ahead. Use the times when you have energy to take a step forward. Don't be too hard on yourself when you run out of energy. If you are effective, you can have a priority list to catch up on when you are having a less shitty moment in your day. Spread this information, be aware of people around you, see them. You might find someone who is struggling in silence. Help them and help yourselves by reaching out. We will keep exploring the topic of financial safety in this series and its mechanics and coping strategies. If you want to share your experiences, please do it in our community forum. That is where we will continue to develop this topic. Links in the description. Links to our Almer app are also down in the description, together with the sources and the recommended reading list. Be safe and spread it.